everything's going so great for the Lions, even though Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. But the Lions really do look like a Super Bowl contender. They look like they you know what I mean? They've never been to a Super Bowl before in their franchise history. Pretty crazy. But they look like, you know what, they could make it to the Super Bowl this year. This doesn't help. And I don't know the full details. Obviously, the story is just breaking, but this kid already got suspended for gambling before. Right? Like, so you're going to run the gauntlet here, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, like what, you're going to find, like, you know, you're finding a new way to get suspended now? It's only 2 games. It's not the end of the world, but they've got to sit this kid down and tell him, listen, like, you're only going to get so many chances here with our football team and in the National Football League. Don't screw it up. Let's bring in Mick Aussie right now, who Mick Aussie never would fail a performance-enhancing test. What's going on, Mick?
Oh, yeah, I'm dead against those steroids. Ridiculous. Oh, you want to go to the gym and act like you're a big tough guy and you can't even open a bottle? Like, remember that at the Skydome? That was hilarious. That guy couldn't even open a bottle of water, yet he had big steroid arms, eh? Ridiculous.
So, Mick, you would join these games tonight. The Tampa game, it was weird. The Buccaneers were up 10-0. They were looking really good. Mike Evans nearly caught another touchdown pass and would have blown the game open. He drops the ball. He tears his hamstring. And the Buccaneer offense hasn't been the same since. And this Baltimore team, speaking of Super Bowl contenders, this Baltimore team's pretty tough to deal with, Mick. Badass football team, Baltimore, this year.
Oh, mate, I looked up last week how much they're paying Derrick Henry. I think it's about $8 million. I mean, why didn't 10 other teams offer him $15 million? These O-linemen, defensive ends are getting huge money. And Derrick Henry's totally worth more than $8 million. So some teams just missed out. I heard he wanted to go to the Cowboys, but Jerry didn't pay him. What a bad mistake. Big star, mate. I didn't like it when he had his raccoon in his helmet, but he's a legend.
The Ravens are moving the football again, so there's going to be no, maybe we could cover the teaser type of deal. It's 34-18, and Baltimore's offense is unstoppable. Tampa can't stop it. They just can't stop it. In-game total is suddenly 62.5 right now, which I kind of think is a little high, to be honest. Like, let's say Baltimore gets stopped to a field. I'm not going to bet it. I've already, I've had enough of this game for one night for me. But the total 62.5, and we're only at 52 right now. So let's say, I'm not sure Tampa are going to score again. I mean, maybe they do, but I'm not sure they will. So I wouldn't be betting. Now it's 61.5, which is a key number because they kicked the field goal. There could be another touchdown. So this game is high scoring. Baltimore are going to win another football game. Kansas City win again. This is actually good for you, Mick, and the Denver Broncos, to be honest. If the Chargers lose this game tonight. Right? You look at that division. No one's catching KC, so KC are at the top, but you're sort of battling with everybody else and trying to, stay in that wild card picture. And even, potentially second place is something to hang your hat on to build for next year and stuff. And all these teams are sort of bottled up with the same records, Mick. This would be big for Denver if the Chargers lost this game against Arizona. Who do you have, Arizona or the Chargers?
Yeah, no, I went for the Chargers. I can't believe they're not using Herbert more. I know you told me that Harbaugh wants to play a defensive game, but, man, Herbert's a very good quarterback. I can't believe he's not letting him loose a bit more. But, no, I don't hate the Chargers like I used to. With the Broncos, we still don't know if Bo Nix is any good. Let's be honest. He might be okay. But anyway, I see the Broncos are part shareholders in the Steelers now. I was so feeling sick last night to see Russell Wilson play so well in that second half. I felt sick, so I looked it up. Broncos are paying $37.79 million to him this year, and the Steelers are paying $1.21 million. How stupid are the Walmart owners? I go to Walmart because I save $20 every month going and shopping there. I feel like not even shopping there. How stupid are you to pick Sean Payton as coach and he didn't like Russell Wilson? It's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely pathetic. But I suppose I'm a shareholder in the Steelers, aren't I? I can't stand the Steelers and their stupid waving the towels. But, hey, they played very well last night. I'll hand it to them.
Mick's not a fan of the stupid towels. The terrible towel. Derrick Henry scores the touchdown. I saw him as high as minus 275 to score the touchdown tonight. So Derrick Henry scores the touchdown. It's officially a route 41-18 right now in the football game. 6.5 minutes left, 41-18 for the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll focus in on the Charger game now, guys, for the most part. And this game's not, as I said, 7-6, but we got a close one going on. It is 7-6. The Chargers are moving the football for real right now. And they're inside the red zone. So we'll see if the Chargers can score the touchdown here. And, in fact, they're inside the 10-yard line. So we'll see. I've got the Dobbins anytime touchdown. Dortch has scored the only touchdown of this game. There's been field goals in this football game tonight, Mick. Lower, and I agree with you, Mick. We'll hit it on the other side, but I do agree that, okay, it's one thing to run the ball, but you've got Justin Herbert. You're kind of wasting him a little bit. Like, you should throw the ball a little bit more.
You found the advantage for gaming, odds, and more. But we call it the winning edge for short. This.
The Arizona Cardinals get the defensive stop. They hold the Chargers to a field goal attempt, and it's a chip shot. Like they're in the red zone here. They're on like the 10-yard line. But they move the ball down the field, and then they hit the wall once again. They couldn't convert. So it's 4th and 9 right now. How long is this field goal? Like I said, it's a chip shot. He's hit Cameron Dicker's a good kicker. He's hit a 59-yarder and a 50-yarder. This is a 28-yarder. Watch him miss the 28-yarder after hitting the 59 and the 50-yarders. And no, he drills the 28-yarder. And we said it earlier, and I wasn't kidding, that Harbaugh really does try to win these football games 9-7 and 12-7. I agree, Mick. I think they should throw the ball a little bit more. I know they don't have great wide receivers, but he didn't do anything in the offseason. He let everyone go, and he brought McConkey in. Harbaugh is, though, sort of building it up. I don't think Harbaugh thinks they can win a Super Bowl this year. So it's sort of, all right, we're going to get a culture, style of play, and give me a couple of drafts, and I'll bring some more players in. Because they do have a lot of older players on this team. Like, they needed to sort of get a little bit younger, the Chargers. But you got Herbert in his prime right now, so you don't have time to wait. But Harbaugh got a 5-year deal. So his plan is to build this up and win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years type of deal. So 9-7 in the Chargers and the Vikings game. So, yeah, crazy stuff, Mix. Yeah, Williams gets suspended again. The kid already got suspended for gambling. You got a good thing going with the Detroit Lions. I think the Lions really are Super Bowl contenders for real. And now they lose their wide receiver. The Detroit Lions play the Tennessee Titans this week. Meanwhile, your Denver Broncos, Mick, look to follow up the big win against the Saints, against the Carolina Panthers. Man, who would have thought, Mick, that the Denver Broncos would ever be 8-point favorites in a game? But they are. They're 8-point favorites. That's a lot to lay. With Denver.
It was 7.5, so I believe you that it's 8, but that just shows how bad Carolina Panthers are more than anything. I mean, we were terrible against the Chargers at home 2 weeks ago. We beat a team, the Saints, that had so many injuries. But, hey, they did okay, but, yeah, I don't know. 8 points is probably a little bit much, I think, with that offense. Maybe.
And our Matthias, your boy, Marcus Mariota, is back. These backup quarterbacks, they hang around long enough. You stay in the league long enough, you're always going to get your opportunity again. And Jaden Daniels, looks like Jaden Daniels is going to be out for a little while. They're saying week to week, Mick, for Jaden Daniels. So not season ending or anything, but I don't think he's going to play this week. And in fact, he's not. Like the Bears wouldn't be 3-point road favorites. The Bears are 3-point road favorites at Washington. It's too bad because we were looking forward, Mick. Everyone's looking forward to the Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels game. Two big time, number 1 and number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah, I'll take Daniels. I don't like the other fella, but you're right. The Commanders were +1. Now it's +3. So he did his ribs, I think. So that sounds like he's probably out. Disappointing because I hope they come good. They've been so bad for so long, and he looks like a good, smart young kid, bit like C.J. Stroud. He's an absolute star. I like that kid too.
Wow, there's just a ton of points in this game. It's funny. A couple of minutes ago, we were sweating out the total of this game, worried about getting to 50. We're now at 69. Sorry, we're now at 59. Excuse me, and 10 Tampa are on the goal line right now. Like Tampa are on the 1 yard line. So this is like prop players, fantasy players, and every play. That's the thing in the NFL, guys. Every play has a ramification. So, Mick, I can't wait. The CFL season, still another week left, but we got the playoffs coming up around the corner. I'm looking forward to it. BC Lions, as expected, I thought they'd look better with Vernon Adams. They did. That was a big-time win for them, just to sort of get a little bit of confidence going into the playoffs, but it's going to be tough. I heard them say during the game, Mick, that the last time the BC Lions made the Grey Cup when they were the 3 seed in the West was year 2000. It's been 24 years since like they won 2 road games to make it to the Grey Cup. What a loss, Mick. This year they're hosting the Grey Cup and they're not even going to host a playoff game. It's crazy.
Well, don't be too worried because I remember year 2000. I just moved to Calgary from BC, and all the radio people during the Western Final were talking about the Grey Cup, how Calgary were going to win it. I said to myself, hey, you got to beat BC first, and BC beat them. It was unbelievable. And then we went and beat your Montreal Alouettes in year 2000. So I remember that absolutely. Yes,
Drummond and Millington.
Very good.
Sean Millington and Robert Drummond were the running backs.
Louis Bisaglia kicking goals.
yeah. Louis. Thanks, Mick.
All right, see you later, guys.
Get Sports Grid on the radio, TV, our mobile app, or the internet. In other words, if you can't hear us, you're the problem. This is the Sports Grid Radio Network.